Council meeting for March 2nd, 2021 will now come to order. Before I call roll call, I want to let everybody know, if you haven't noticed, if you can't see on TV, we are now up all at the council bench, separated by plastic. It's to allow the council members to keep their masks off during the meeting and to help people that are watching online and on TV hear us better. So you will see that we're not wearing our masks, and I ask council that when we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, we stay in our spot and just turn and face the flag. That way we're still separated. All right, now let's go ahead and do the roll call. Here.
Here. Here. Here. Here.
Here.
Here. Here. Here.
All right, please rise for the invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And you can go ahead and take your mask off.
For one another. This might not be discussion.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, as you've been made aware, there has been a change to the agenda item. New item 12C has been added. So I would ask for a motion for the amended agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as amended. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6. Administration agenda, the council's city council meeting minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you. We have no presentations or proclamations. So at this time, I will open the public forum. This is the time that anybody here that would like to speak to an item that is not on the agenda. And there's Mr. Shane LaFleur. Oh, I'm sorry, Lefevre. I could tell it was I wasn't sure if it was a V or a U. So
you're good.
And you may remove your mask too, sir.
Okay, I don't even know if I needed to come to this, but I was seeing if there would be any objections to opening a CBD store in Valley Center.
Interesting. There's no, I'm going to have to refer to the city attorney here, but I don't think we have any laws or anything that would stop that. Is there? A CDB?
I don't think we have anything.
Yeah, I mean, they're open, they're all over the place. So I know the state doesn't have any. I would just be concerned. I don't see any reason why.
I just didn't want to start it, and then you guys were like,
Perfect.
that ain't
Great.
okay.
Hey, you did the right thing. You came and asked. I mean, I use the stuff, so I would probably, instead of having to travel into Wichita, would be ecstatic to have one locally. So,
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. So, yes, please, you'll go through the process to get yourself going, and it's great. Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. All righty, and I don't see anybody else that wants to speak, so we will move on to appointments. I have 2. This might come back to knife. Okay, we have 2 reappointments to the Valley Center Library Board. Both of these people have expiring terms, but they were both currently on the board. So if I could have a motion to, if you want to take them, well, if anybody objects to doing them both together, we'll take them separately. Otherwise, if we can do them together, that's fine. So
I move to reappoint Toby Carver and Morgan Wiebe to terms expiring April of 2025.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, moving right along. There is no committees or commissions. We need to actually remove that because we do that now through the consent agenda. So I don't think we need that line item on there anymore. Okay, then never mind. We have no old business, so we'll move right along to new business. New business 12A, Main Street Valley Center allocation. Mr. Smith.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Come to you tonight regarding a Main Street Valley Center, our annual allocation to them. As you know, last year during 2020, during the budgeting process for fiscal year 21, there was a lot of unknowns with the COVID-19 pandemic. We're being extremely conservative with expenses and tracking revenues that were potentially going to come in short. So we cut expenses for 21. Well, after we presenting the year-end numbers for 2020, we ended up in pretty good shape in the general fund. So we're requesting tonight to increase that allocation back to $10,000 like it normally is.
Questions from council? Councilmember Anderson.
I don't have any questions. I just wanted to make a general comment. I want to commend our staff for tightening things up during COVID. And I think we've come out ahead of this, or come out of this, or at least to the point we're at now, in a lot better shape than a lot of municipalities have. And I think that was because of an abundance of caution from our city staff. And I want to commend you guys on that. Unless anybody else has any objection, I would like to move to allocate $10,000 for Main Street Valley Center in 2021.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Councilmember Kerstetter.
Could we remind everybody watching what the Main Street,
The Main Street Valley Center does.
what the money goes towards? Thank you. As
Should
long as we're live.
Sure. Yeah, we'll have Chris Drake come.
Okay.
Okay, guys, don't fight over who's going to come up to the mic first. It's all good.
I'm trying to help you advertise.
And Chris, for the record, just state who you are and.
Well, I'm Chris Strunk, and I'm president of the Main Street Valley Center Board of Directors, and our council representative is Gina Gregory, and Ryan Strack is also an ex officio member. We have appreciate this game was a surprise to us, but I appreciate the offer here. We did go through a process of already budgeting for 2021, but just to kind of recap, what in this additional funds will definitely help us beef up some of the programs that we are already doing. We've had to cut some of them, and I can mention those here real quick. But our main emphasis going forward is on appearance of the downtown Main Street area. So we have a program that we called Main Street Enhancement Grant Program, where we offer matching grants to businesses that want to do some painting, do some awnings, do some different work downtown. We offer a program where we match them dollar for dollar up to a certain amount. And we actually had to cut that down from $1,500 down to $1,000 this in 2021. But I imagine that our board will revisit that now that we have more funds available. Other things that we do through the year and we have planned for 2021 is to the hometown Christmas. We also are planning to do at least one movie night downtown. We have a 4th of July event, hopefully, and this all is dependent on COVID levels, of course. But that's our plan is to do a 4th of July event. We also partner with the Chamber and the Lions Club in different programs that they do, like the car show that the Lions Club does to bring hundreds of people downtown. Trick or Treat Street, we plan to help the Chamber out with that, and also with Fall Festival coming up as well. We contribute to that, and we help in financially and volunteers. Main Street also will be doing an artist and authors event, which was done a couple of years ago. We're going to take that over and bring that downtown as well. So we have allocated some funds to do that as well. As far as the other design work, we contract with a local business that keeps our sidewalks clear of the weeds that grow, and also mows some rights away downtown and keeps that nice and trimmed up for us. So that's some expense that we incur. We also have a planter program where we have prizes for businesses that decorate the planter boxes out in front of their businesses. So we have some funds allocated for that as well. And then we also have funds allocated for the lights that we hang along the top of the Main Street businesses. So that's kind of a summary of where some of the funds will go. And like I said, we've approved a budget for 2021, but I would imagine with this additional revenue that we'll revisit that as a board probably in this next meeting in 2 weeks. So.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you very much. Line item B, Colby Lift Station Standby Generator Bid Approval. Mr. Eggleston.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you'll see in your packet, we included bid tabulations for all the bids that we brought in for the Colby Lift Station standby generator. Smith eloquently helped me put together this letter with a brief explanation. This lift station is one of the oldest lift stations in our system. It currently serves approximately 300 connections in our sewer system. Up to now, we have been able to respond to power losses with a portable generator in time but as flow increases, the allowable time to respond will continue to decrease. Currently, what I'm told is when we lose power, we shoot for an hour. We shoot to be there within an hour, or that thing is starting to fill up, or we're going to start backing up sewage. We have consulted with Decker Electric, who is our SCADA integrator. We consulted with them closely on the minimum specifications for the standby generator and for the bid process as well. As the specifications, we also consulted with them on the specifications of the 3 proposals that we received. And they have assured us that all of them will more than meet our needs, as well as the bid we recommend. We have plans to construct a concrete pad that this generator will sit on. Per manufacturer specifications, we will be doing that with in-house personnel, and as well as bolt it down, anchor it down. After it's installed, we'll probably bring Decker out. They will wire it into the electrical system for the power and integrate it into our SCADA system. So we will be notified as to when it's run. After that, the manufacturer will return for initial startup and testing. So we are recommending, as you can see, the lowest bidder was CK Power, Kohler generator, standby generator, and we're recommending that council go with that bid, amount not to exceed $21,903. Any question?
Councilmember Anderson.
This was already budgeted. This is just needing our approval, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It was budgeted for this year.
All right, thank you.
Councilmember, excuse me, Councilmember Kerstetter.
Couple questions.
Sure.
This generator's, I'm assuming, powered by gas. Is it something?
It'd be a diesel, sir.
Diesel, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so because that leads into my next question. Is it something that we could have done as far as getting KGS or Black Hills Energy in there to do a natural gas generator? Then there's no need for anybody to go immediately?
Well, the natural gas generator is an option. There is 2 schools of thought on that. All of our generators in town are diesel with separate tanks. In the event of a natural disaster, so say you have a natural disaster, one of the first things they're going to do is they're going to cut electric and they're going to cut gas.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
And we all know what happened to the price of gas a couple of weeks ago. So
Yeah, no kidding.
So,
That's all gas though.
yeah.
All fuel.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I make a motion for approval of the low qualified bid for standby generator from CK Power, amount not to exceed $21,903.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, either Councilmember Evans or Kerstetter. Any further discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank
very
you.
much. This has been a long time coming.
Item C, executive session, discussion of acquisition of real estate.
I move to recess into executive session to discuss the acquisition of real estate pursuant to the preliminary discussion of acquisition of real property exception KSA 75-4319B6. Included in the session, in addition to city council and the mayor, are city attorney Arbuckle, director of public works Eggleston, and city administrator Clark via telephone.
Second.
Hold on a second, sorry. The meeting will, the executive session will be for 15 minutes and we will reconvene here at 7:30.
Now second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Council, make sure we bring our masks. Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
You got it.
Okay, we all back? Okay, report.
Council met in executive session to discuss real estate property acquisition. No official action was taken.
Perfect. Let me move up here and get caught up. All right, item 13, consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, staff reports. Mr. Schreck.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to quickly follow up and thank everyone that participated in the home show over the weekend. I think we had a really good showing. We were able to distribute around 175 gift bags that featured local Valley Center businesses and products. And so that was a great way for us to showcase the community and also, of course, the school district, our housing incentive program. And in case you missed it, we had our Facebook Live video this morning to do the drawing for the gift basket. So that was a lot of fun to do as well. And the winner has been contacted. She'll be picking up her gift basket later in the week. Also wanted to alert everyone in case you didn't see it on Facebook. We will have 3 openings on the city's planning and zoning board. 3 of our current members, they are all in-city members. And so please spread the word. The application is available on the city's website and accessible as well on the Facebook. There's a link on the Facebook posting that was posted earlier, but we will have 3 openings. 3 of our board members are unfortunately leaving the community. So it makes way for others to serve in those voluntary positions. So please spread the word. We hope to fill those and present those names at the first city council meeting in April. So if you know of anyone that would like to serve on the planning and zoning board and they have specific questions, please send them my way or direct them to the city website. They do need to fill out the application. Those will be reviewed by myself, the city administrator, and the mayor, and those names will be presented in April. And then just very quickly, again, to reiterate what Chris shared with everyone in regards to Councilmember Kerstetter's questions. Just something else I'd like to note is that Main Street Valley Center is an excellent return on investment. Year over year, the amount of money that the city has put into the program has yielded a great return in terms of private investment. As a recent example, of course, 2020 was an anomaly, but in 2019, for every dollar that the city put into Main Street Valley Center, over $10 was invested by the private sector in revitalizing our downtown. So again, just to reiterate what Chris said, yes, it is a wonderful program, but we actually do see a return on our investment with Main Street. So thank you for your time, and that's all I had this evening.
Great. Thank you, sir. Mr. Owens.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to the AirCap Disc Golf Club that played their tournament up at McLaughlin over the weekend. They donated over $1,000 worth of money and goods, canned goods, services to the Valley Center Food Bank, and I just wanted to give a quick shout out to them. They held a really well put together tournament up there where they entered in staggered sessions to where they were really thinking about the social distancing and so on and so forth. But that was held over the previous weekend, and I just wanted to give a shout out to them because I'm sure that would really help. I'm sure that really helped the food bank stock back up on goods and stuff for that.
Great.
Thank you.
Public Safety Director Newman. Public Works Director Eggleston. Mr. Golka is not here. City Attorney Arbuckle. Assistant City Administrator, Mr. Smith.
Just a quick update. At our next meeting, we'll have our budget calendar to present and approve. Moving forward, like I said, it's always the best 12 months of each year. We'll get started with that process. I don't know if any of you have received questions from our residents, but we did send out a information update in our utility bills asking for updated information regarding emails, phone numbers, everything with our residents. We want to try and start utilizing our Encode system more and more and be able to start emailing out notifications and bill reminders and those type of things. So you can fill those out. You can drop them off at City Hall, give us a call, send us an email. Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Clark is on vacation, so we will move on to governing body reports. I have nothing to report. Councilmember Stamm.
I have nothing.
Councilmember Evans.
I have nothing.
Councilmember Davis.
I have nothing.
Councilmember Anderson.
I don't remember us being this close together, but it's been a whole year.
Yeah.
Kind of nice to be back, but it's also a little weird. So I feel like I'm in a penalty box at a hockey game. So blue feels right at home.
Yep.
That's all I had.
So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, I work with the off-ice officials, the ECHL for the Wichita Thunder. And yes, the penalty box is one of my duties that I do. So it does feel like that. All right, Councilmember Gregory.
I have nothing.
Councilmember Kerstetter.
Since Mr. Clark's not here, I actually have a question about the bike race. Are you guys all ready to roll? Literally?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Councilmember Wilson.
I'm good tonight. Thank you.
And Councilmember Colbert.
Okay, I don't want to start a record here, but this is the second meeting. I don't have anything to say.
I do recall that now being 2 meetings in a row.
Yes.
Okay.
For the record.
Make a motion that if there's no other business before the council, it will be adjourned.
So second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Meeting adjourned. Thank you for watching.
What happens if somebody says nay?